Yehoshua, chapter 10. When Adoni-Sedek, king of Yerushalayim, heard how Yehoshua had taken Ai and utterly destroyed it, he had done the same to Ai and its king as he had done to Jericho and its king, and how the inhabitants of Givon had made peace with Israel and were living among them. His people became greatly alarmed, because Givon was as large as one of the royal cities, larger than Ai, and all its men were courageous. So Adoni-Sedek, king of Yerushalayim, sent this message to Hoham, king of Hebron, Piram, king of Yarmut, Yaphia, king of Lachish, and Davir, king of Eglon. Come up and help me, and we'll attack Givon, because it has made peace with Yehoshua and the people of Israel. So the 5 kings of the Emori, the kings of Yerushalayim, Hebron, Yarmut, Lachish, and Eglon, got together, went up with all their armies, pitched camp against Givon, and made war against it. The people of Givon sent message to Yehoshua at their camp in Gilgal that said, "Don't ignore your servants. Come up to us quickly and save us. Help us, because all the kings of the Emori living in the hills have gotten together to fight us." Yehoshua went up from Gilgal, he and all the fighting men with him, including all the bravest ones. Adonai said to Yehoshua, "Don't be afraid of them, for I have handed them over to you. Not one of their men will stand against you." Having spent the entire night marching up from Gilgal, Yehoshua fell upon them, taking them by surprise. Adonai threw them into confusion before Israel and defeated them in a great slaughter at Givon, pursuing them along the road that goes up from Beet Horon, and beating them back to Azekah and all the way to Makkedah. As they fled before Israel down the road to Beet Horon, Adonai threw huge hailstones down on them all the way to Azekah, and they died. More died because of the hail than because Israel had killed them with the sword. Then on the day Adonai handed over the Emori to the people of Israel, Yehoshua spoke to Adonai in the sight of Israel. He said, Sun, stand motionless over Givon. Moon, you too, over Ayalan valley." So the sun stood still and the moon stayed put, till Israel took vengeance on their enemies. This is written in the book of Yashar. The sun stood still in the sky and was in no rush to set for nearly a whole day. There has never been a day like that before or since, when Adonai listened to the voice of a man. It happened because Adonai was fighting on Israel's behalf. Yehoshua returned with all Israel to the camp at Gilgal, but those 5 kings fled and hid themselves in a cave at Makkedah. And it was reported to Yehoshua that the 5 kings had been found hiding in the cave at Makkedah. Yehoshua said, "Roll big stones to the mouth of the cave and put men there to guard them. However, you don't wait, but keep chasing your enemies and attack those farthest in the rear. Don't allow them to return to their cities, because Adonai has handed them over to you." After Yehoshua and the people of Israel had finished killing them off in a very great slaughter, till they had been destroyed, and the remaining remnant had entered the fortified cities, all the people returned safely to Yehoshua at the camp in Makkedah, and no one said a word against any of the people of Israel. Then Yehoshua said, "Open up the mouth of the cave, and bring those 5 kings out of the cave to me." They did it. They brought the 5 kings out to him, the kings of Yerushalayim, Hebron, Yarmut, Lachish, and Eglon. After they had brought the 5 kings to Yehoshua, he summoned all the men of Israel and said to the commanders of the soldiers who had gone with him, "Come here and put your feet on the necks of these kings." They came and put their feet on their necks. Yehoshua said to them, "Don't be afraid or confused, but be strong and bold, because this is what Adonai will do to all your enemies that you fight against." With that, Yehoshua struck them and put them to death, hanging them on 5 trees, where they remained hanging until evening. At sunset, Yehoshua gave an order, and they lowered them from the trees and threw them into the cave where they had hidden themselves, then laid big stones at the mouth of the cave, and there they remain to this day. Yehoshua captured Makkedah that day, defeating it and its king by the sword. He completely destroyed them, everyone there. He left no one, and he did to the king of Makkedah what he had done to the king of Jericho. Yehoshua went on from Makkedah, and all Israel with him, to Libnah, and he fought against Libnah. Adonai also handed it and its king over to Israel. He defeated it with the sword, everyone there. He left no one, and he did to its king what he had done to the king of Jericho. Yehoshua went on from Livnah, and all Israel with him, to Lachish, and he pitched camp against it and fought against it. Adonai handed it over to Israel. He captured it the second day. He defeated it with the sword, everyone there, exactly as he had done to Livnah. But then Horam, king of Gezer, came up to help Lachish. So Yehoshua attacked him and his people until he had no one left with him. Yehoshua went on from Lachish, and all Israel with him, to Eglon, and he pitched camp against it and fought against it. They captured it that very day. He defeated it with the sword, completely destroying everyone there, exactly as he had done to Lachish. Yehoshua went up from Eglon, and all Israel with him, to Hebron, and they fought against it. They captured it, defeating it with the sword, including its king, its villages, and everyone there. He left no one exactly as he had done to Eglon, but he completely destroyed it and everyone there. Yehoshua turned back, and all Israel with him, to Davir, and fought against it. They captured it, its king, and all its villages, defeating them with the sword and utterly destroying everyone there. He left no one. He did to Davir and its king as he had done to Hebron, and as he had done to Livnah and its king. So Yehoshua attacked all the land, the hills, the Negev, the Shephelah, and the mountain slopes, and all their kings. He left none, but completely destroyed everything that breathed, as Adonai the God of Israel had ordered. Yehoshua attacked them from Kadesh Barnea in Azah, and all the land of Goshen, as far as Givon. Yehoshua captured all these kings and their land, all at the same time, because Adonai the God of Israel fought on Israel's behalf. Then Yehoshua returned, and all Israel with him, to the camp at Gilgal. End of Yehoshua, Joshua chapter 10.